of June 2011, and we're right here at the ferry dock in Anacortes, Washington, about ready to board the ferry for Orcas Island. And one of those ferries over there is the one we're going to get on. And everyone is lined up here to board the ferry. Here we are, all these cars. There's several lanes here, ready to board the ferry here to Orcas Island. Well, we're on the ferry now. Mary's getting out of the car. And this is a double-decker ferry. There's a level below us, and we're going to go up on the top deck now. And there's the estuary. Yeah, this is it's about an hour and 15 minutes over to the island, and so we'll go upstairs now and see what we can see. Yeah, how does it feel? Kind of snuggle in there?
Yeah. Do you have your lens off? Your lens thing off?
Well, if I had the lens cap on, I wouldn't be able to take these pictures. Okay, these people, some of these people I think are Canadians going over. Well, we're underway. It's about 50 degrees out here today, overcast, and we've had rain all day from Oregon. You see, Mary, there's only a net holding those cars on there.
No, there's blocks. There's red blocks. They put them on those.
We're going up on top deck now. How's it look out there?
Gorgeous. Come up and take a look.
Yeah, we're up on the top deck. What do you see? What do you see?
I see this gorgeous San Juan Islands.
San Juan Islands.
Yay.
Well, it's too cold to be outside. Pretty windy here, so I'm taking these pictures through the glass. Pretty remote area, quite barren, undeveloped here in the San Juan Islands.
Until we know where.
I think East Sound is, you see East Sound? That's Orcas Island.
There's East Sound.
East Sound, right there.
Right there.
Okay.
But I think Kathy's either here
Kathy's there?
or here.
Okay, yeah, we'll have to find out. She'll tell us. Where's their village?
I don't know. East Sound is there. This is East Sound right here. There's local food though.
Yeah, we're out in the fantail now, and it was really windy up front, so we'll take a few more pictures here. These San Juan Islands are very nice and also remote. There's Mary. Everywhere there's islands and water. Hardly any development here. There must be 100 islands in this spot. Beautiful. Yeah, it's nice. It's about 45 or 50 degrees out here, kind of cold. Here are some of the cars that loaded on. There's a nice boat. It might have been. We could be coming up to a ferry dock. Yeah, I think so. I think that's Shaw Island. The engine slowed up. Yeah, it'll dock here for a few minutes and let people off. There's a little settlement over there.
I'm gonna go down to
Okay. Mary's gonna go down to go. No, we're not ready to get off yet. Yeah, we're coming up to Shaw Island.
Look at that car.
What?
Look at that car.
Which car is that? The red one?
The red one. What has it got on top?
Looks like it's got a big
Special
rack.
carrier.
I think it's a big carrier.
Yeah, it's probably a big carrier because he carries a lot of stuff to this island.
Uh-huh.
Maybe. Got goat feed. Goat feed. Got goat feed.
You had goat feed?
Yeah, there was goat feed on this car.
Shaw Island. We're just a few minutes from deboarding at Orcas Island, so we're going down and get in the car right now. Okay, we just got a call from Kathy, and she says she can see the ferry from Orcas Island. There's Orcas Island right there. There's the ferry dock, and she's standing somewhere there. She can see it. She just called on the cell phone. Okay, we'll be there shortly. Okay, there's the ferry dock at Orcas Island. Kathy said she can see the ferry from here. We'll be there in a couple minutes. The engines have slowed down, so we're just about there. Here we are.
Downstairs is open.
Boy, here's Aunt Kathy. Wow, what a remote area. We can't imagine what we've done to get here. But anyway, we're right here. Shut it off now. Hi, Carl. You're great.
Yeah?
Good to see you. I haven't seen you for 3 years.
Me neither.
Yeah. Let's see the rest of the people. Got to make. Oh, look at the whole family. Hey, this is for the record. Look at that. There's Kaylee and Kaylee and. Hey, Jeff.
Uncle Ivor.
What?
Kitty baby's running up the hill. See how fast it goes.
Yeah.
Right your cabin toward that.
That's great.
Check it out.
Oh yeah.
Well, we arrived here yesterday, and we're at Kathy's house, and here's what we see out the window of the porch. Just beautiful. And then Kathy pointed out there was a deer here, and yes, sure enough, it's sitting there. See if I can find it. There it is. Look at that. Here. So quiet. Anyway, it's great here. Well, we have a big day planned, and we'll see the rest of it on the video. Just wonderful here. Okay, today it's 3rd of June 2011. We're here on School Road, and right behind me is Kaylee and Katrina's grade school. We're going to go out and do a field trip on marine biology, and I'm going to go along with them, Kathy and I, so it should be fun. Well, here comes the school bus, and they're going to pick up the kids, or maybe they already got them. Okay, we're going on the field trip now. Hi, Katerina.
Hi, sweetie.
Hey.
Wait, Meg.
Jenny.
Got sunscreen?
Okay, Jenny. Bye-bye. Okay, we've arrived at Deer Harbor in Orcas Island, Washington, for the marine biology field trip. Oh, it is beautiful here. It is beautiful. Here's a little sign. Okay, and the kids are having their picnic right now. They eat first, and then they'll have their marine biology. Ah, here's some of Katrina. Hi, Katrina. Yeah, these are all their classmates. A few parents out here. What grade is this?
4th.
4th grade, Orcas Island. Is that last night's pizza?
Yes.
Is it good?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is just beautiful here. Deer Harbor, Orcas Island. Look at this. Looks just like Maine or New Hampshire, or even places in Cape Cod. Who's that? Is this Karen?
Aaron.
Karen, how are you, Karen?
Aaron.
Aaron. Yeah. Yeah, this is, of course, Jenny. I'm making a home movie, Jenny. You know that.
Hi to the folks at home.
Okay. And here are all the kids, all having their picnic. Say hello to Mark and Paul.
Hi, Mark. Hi, Paul.
And
Hi,
Julie
Hi,
and Dana. Yeah. Mark and Paul, Dana and Julie. This is
And little baby to be.
baby to be born. Yeah, this is your cousin, guys. Yeah, she lives right here in Orcas Island with Carl and not Katrina. Yeah, Katrina.
Katerina.
And Steve. And all the rest of them.
In Orcas Island, in this place.
You like this place?
Yeah,
Aaron?
What is this place called?
It's called Deer Harbor.
That's
Look at that, seaplane just came in. Amazing. Really nice.
Water view.
Kaylee and Christina, what are you going to learn today?
marine biology.
Marine biology. And what's marine biology?
Study of the ocean.
And something else?
And animals and plants.
Animals and plants and the study of oceans. You've got it. Okay.
One of them.
Oh, he just had to eat.
Yeah.
Right there. Hey guys, I want you to make sure you're gentle. I don't want anybody getting hurt.
They heard you, didn't they? They heard her.
Already harvested.
Good. Yeah.
But I don't, because I've never taught it, I've never really studied it. I mean, I'll know the basics, but I certainly won't know what
Oh, no.
what you know.
It doesn't matter.
And it's good that these guys are going to lead it. We're really fortunate to have them.
Great.
And I'm not sure exactly when they're getting here, but I hope
Like,
what do you see yourself doing?
The last day of school. What do you want to do?
like our Halloween party, except for obviously not. Yeah, we pick
So a bunch of food.
food,
They don't have school carnivals anymore. Do they not do that?
They don't. They
That would be a fun last day of school.
It
Or
would.
would you have the little carnivore where you can like play games and win bookmarks?
Yeah, that type of thing. Just pop
And then
balloons and
Yeah, we could blow up a whole bunch of balloons. At the end, we pick our favorite color and go pop.
Did you guys have Valentine's Day already?
We don't have, some of the things used to be put on by the PTA.
yeah,
and
that's
they
right.
really don't have that kind of stuff anymore.
The only thing we have is the reading festival.
I think that, we've got so many parents that are both parents are working that we just don't have
Both my parents are working.
the time to.
Both my parents are working.
Yep.
Both my parents work at school.
I'm
My dad
retired.
works. Well, kinda.
Yeah, your dad works all
Yeah,
kinds of
he
jobs.
works hard.
And he works hard.
I don't know.
Honey.
He helped Uncle Ivor do his septic tank design in Florida.
Now, where are you from?
Okay, we're going to go down and meet the marine biologists now down at the shore. They've been catching some fish with a seine net and other organisms, and they're going to explain everything to the kids. Okay, here we are. And those are the marine biologists over there. They've been collecting samples.
Everybody come around.
You can
Put
see
your
'em.
backpack down and come and talk to me for a sec. Okay. Backpacks off. Coming around walk. Okay. So here's the deal. They're going to be, this is how they're going and getting big buckets full of stuff, and they're going to be coming back and setting up and kind of looking for stuff. So when I give you the come on over here, that's when we're probably going to start in. In the meantime, if you want, I don't want you to run out to the green stuff, but if you want to stay and kind of explore around here, you can. If you want to kind of run up the beach, you can. Probably eventually.
That's okay.
Go ahead.
You? Me? You're gonna figure out how to get down here.
There's
fall, that'll be good.
I don't want to be there.
Okay. Here, our class, come on over.
Look. And you can't say not.
Come on in. Let's listen up. Okay. Listen up. Over here, this is Tina. And she's our aunt. And you guys recognize our old friend right here as well. And they're our resident experts. And so we have to go ahead and turn and face them because they're going to give us our instructions for the day.
Okay, so if you have any questions regarding fish or the oceanography, ask me. Any invertebrate questions? Noreen. This is James over there will also be assisting, and he has his 3 grandkids that came in just yesterday from Kansas. Here, also enjoying the beach, and on the back there is Harry. And he'll be helping us out too. So these people have worked in the field with me a lot and have done a lot of these beach things. So they have a lot of experience pulling the net in. So first thing, what we want to do when we come to a beach is you want to enter the beach very quietly and just look and see who's on the beach as far as animals or Anything else? So you want to see what birds might be present. You'll notice that it's a real low tide today. That's why we're here today, because the tide is so low. If we just did a beach seine on this sandy area, we would only catch a couple different kinds of species of fish, different kinds of fish. But since we're going to be out where the vegetation is, there's a lot of alga and eelgrass out there, then there's a lot more variety of fish. And that's because of the cover that the plants provide, and it gives them the fish places to hide and rest. And also there's food out there that lives on the plants that they can munch on. So that's why we do the low tide rather than a high tide when we're only going to catch a couple species. All right, so we might have to share, because I don't know that we have a clipboard for everybody, but we will have a field book for everyone. So Noreen will hand out the clipboards. Does anybody have any pencils?
I do. I brought some.
All right, we would need pencils, and that would be great.
Girl.
Can I use this?
What are you now?
Oh yeah,
Oh no, this is boy.
What?
This is boy.
How do you know?
It has a triangle belly. Yeah, there's a see the skinny part?
Yeah.
Girls, they're just wide, like wide, flat. Circle, ovals, and triangles.
He won't finish.
You guys,
Come on, you need these.
here on.
Sheila, I'll try.
Notebooks. This is your field book where you make your observations in.
I'll go get my pencil.
Oh, cute.
I found it.
Yeah, we got one.
Okay, okay. I need you to get this though right now. Okay, push the clip down.
What is that?
There we go. I'll take this one.
Boy.
Does everybody? Okay. Who else needs one?
You can eat them.
Everybody have a
How can you tell the boy? Wait, can I eat them?
Yeah, this is the bottom half of
hunt for animals first. First, we're going to get introduced to the environment, and then there'll be plenty of time to go searching for the girl crabs and other animals that are up here, and also animals that are down there, and plants.
Guys, come and get introduced to these by Tina. Come in close and do some good listening, please.
Okay, so what is science? We're here on a science expedition, aren't we? This is a learning about science thing. So what is science? We kind of quickly define it as method. You have to have a plan and a method, and you have to be measuring something so that you can then compare it with something that you measure in the future, see if there's change, see what the parameters are that you're looking at, whether the length of the fish are the same next year as they are this year at the same time. So method, have a plan, and be measuring something, counting. We have instruments here to measure the length of the fish. You're going to be doing drawings in your notebooks so that you can remember and observe what you're seeing and be able to remember some of the fish species that you're finding and some of the invertebrates that we find. So the fish all live in the water, and we don't really know very much about the water just by looking at it. So we have instruments to detect temperature and salinity, because that will change a lot throughout the summer, even at this one spot. So first off, you have your notebooks and you need to put your names. Open them up to the first page. Put the name and put the date. You can even put that on the cover if you want. And once you put down the your name and date, then you'll know that that is your notebook. It's your reference for today's activities. You'll keep it, and if you have a chance to come back another year and do something similar to this, or have some of the instruments available, you can compare what you saw this year with what you might see 10 years from now, or 20 years from now, if you keep track of your notebook. All right, so everybody has their name and their date on there. And you open up the first page, and you want to know what time it is.
Does everybody have the time?
Everybody have the time?
No. Well, 12:32 a.m. or p.m.?
PM.
Okay.
You know what location we're at?
Deer Harbor.
Deer Harbor
Wait, what time is it?
Nature Park. What is this place? How come we're able to come down to the water here? Do we know why we have access and why there's parking and...
Because it's a public beach.
It's the public beach and it's kind of close.
It's a public beach. Why is it a public beach? Because the land bank, which is funded by taxpayers' dollars, bought this area. They removed, I don't know if you guys were here when there was that big derelict swimming pool that was a cement swimming pool there that someone built in the 1960s or 50s. They thought it would be nice to have a saltwater swimming pool. Then it filled with phytoplankton and got scuzzy and they never swam in it. So it declined, and the land bank got a grant to remove it and turn this back into a natural habitat and into a public access park. It's only been a public access park for a couple of years. So this is a nice place to be able to come and enjoy and be very respectful of it, because it's not a place where you collect things and take things away. It's a place where you come and enjoy what's here, take pictures, draw pictures, take away your memories.
Is that, where we had lunch, that meadow, is that part of it?
That's part of it, yeah. This belonged to Kaiser's, when that pool was built in the 50s and 60s and 70s. They had this property. And they never developed it. They were going to, but they just never did. All right, so then we want our specific location where we are. Latitude and longitude. Have you guys all gone over what latitude and longitude is? Yeah. All right, so you see on your sheet, you want to write down the latitude and longitude. I will tell you what it is.
It's on the inside.
Latitude is 48 degrees. Write this down with a little degree sign, a little circle up above the 48. Okay, so 48 is the degree sign. And then 37.280 minutes. Latitude is 123 degrees, but 123 degrees from what? Do you know what the zero longitude is? Do you remember? It's in England somewhere. Greenwich? Yeah.
Is it called? I'm ready. Okay.
And you know, why is Greenwich zero?
Because that's where the person lived who made it up.
Because why?
That's where the person lived and made it up.
There was a big controversy because Paris claimed it to be the zero longitude place. Venice claimed to be a zero longitude place. Different cities said this is where zero longitude is, but then they all got together and had a big conference and decided that Greenwich would be the hallmark, the zero place that everybody accepted. You had to figure out one place that everybody was measuring longitude from. If you go back to the old charts that were made when people were exploring for the first time, the Europeans were exploring the globe in their ships, they used different zero longitudes. So this would not be 123, it'd be like 130 or something. It'd be different if it was a French explorer or an Italian explorer.
But do you know how we're getting that signal?
And
do you know
now,
where this...
yeah, I'll do that now.
Oh, okay.
But you want to do it?
No, you go ahead.
All right, so this is a little GPS unit. GPS means Global Positioning System. And what it does is I can turn it on and off. When I turn it on, what it wants to do with these antennae here is to find where the satellites are that are up in the sky circling the Earth. And there's some of them that just stay in a position and circle around the Earth with us, so they're always kind of stationary up in a similar spot all the time. And then others go faster than the Earth spins and travels around the Earth faster than the Earth spins. So some stay up there. Those are the ones that are positioning satellites or weather satellites, and they send a signal down, and we have to have a position from 3 different satellites to get our position where we are standing here. It's called triangulation. If you just have 2 signals coming in, then we could be over here also. But you have to have the signals coming from 3 spots, so you get exactly, this is the only spot you can be possibly standing on the Earth with this latitude and longitude, because at least 3 satellites told you that this was the spot where you were standing. They send signals to Earth all the time, satellites. So if you, sometimes people have GPS units in their cars, you probably have seen some of those. But they're doing the same thing, they're always hooking up, keeping track of sending messages of where they are in relation to the Earth. All right, so the next thing on the list is temperature and salinity, is that right? Or tidal height. So you guys are all familiar with tides and tide tables. Have you looked at tide tables? To see that, and you can see just looking at the beach here, sometimes the water is higher and sometimes it's lower. The tide goes, water comes in, and then we call that high tide. So this is the tide chart for today at this, nearby on Shaw Island. They don't have tide stations everywhere, but it's close enough. And at 12:30, between 12:30 and 1, which is where we are, it's a very low tide, and it's a minus, see if I have it on here exactly. So it's a minus 2.2. That's under tidal height, and the other
Was it?
is minus 2.2 is tidal stage, and that would be low tide, because as low as it gets today. You guys can hand this around.
Degrees?
Can you do it in centigrade? Science always measures things in centigrade.
What's the centigrade?
Can you change it?
Like 48.
Okay, simple way to change from Fahrenheit to centigrade. It gives you plus or minus a couple degrees, but ballpark, it's close enough to give you an idea. So if I say it's 20 degrees centigrade, you would double that number, say 40, and add 30. So 20 degrees centigrade is very close to 70 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wait, so the water is almost 70?
Okay, so we're going to see what it is. This is a piece of equipment that has a sensor on it that will tell me what the temperature is, what the salinity is. What is salinity?
Amount of salt in the water.
Amount of salt dissolved in the water. And then it will also give me dissolved oxygen. And why would dissolved oxygen be important?
To see if fish,
Exactly.
like certain types of
Animals
fish.
have to breathe. And how do fish breathe?
Oxygen, because their gills are...
Or they bring it through their mouth and have it come over their gills, and
Yeah.
the gills are red with lots of blood, like our lungs have a lot of capillaries on it, so it absorbs the oxygen in the water as it passes by.
And they've seen that because we did a what? Salmon dissection, right?
so
So
you
they've seen that.
Saw the red
Yep.
redness of the gills, ready to absorb oxygen out of the water as it goes by.
Small.
All right, so we have, for salinity, is measured various ways, but one of the standard ways is in parts per thousand, and that's parts of salt per 1,000 milliliters of seawater. So it's part per thousand, not percent, which would be parts per 100. So it's smaller. So it's 23.5 parts per thousand.
How much is, as an estimate, is fresh water?
Freshwater 0.
0.
What's the water temperature?
It is 16.1 degrees Celsius, and you can translate that into Fahrenheit, so you might have a better idea of how cold it is or how warm. So you double the number from Celsius, so 16 doubled is what? And then you add 30.
62.
That's it. So Fahrenheit, it's about 62 degrees plus or minus a degree. Wow.
So
What's the salinity of, like, the Great Salt Lake? Would it be?
Probably closer to 40. And
So
the
about
ocean,
twice as
generally,
big.
the ocean is like between 32 and 34, depending on if you're like in the Mediterranean or in the Pacific
So
Ocean.
this is less salty here because more fresh water is feeding it? Okay.
It's an estuary.
Okay.
And you have freshwater inputs that are
Okay.
just diluting the salt. So it just doesn't come in from the ocean
Okay.
without any near-shore influence. You've also got lots of freshwater seeps that are happening. You've got creeks.
Runoff.
You have rivers in the sound.
So what's salinity again?
salinity was 30, no, 20. Just how stupid. Sorry.
No, I'm not, you're not stupid. This is not your forte. That's why you have us here, right? Yes? Remember, what do you say to your kids? What do you think?
49%.
Pretty much the cloud cover that you would see around your harbor. Don't count the ones that are way over Shaw Island or anything. Just look around here. Take your parcel of sky in the area that you are.
Doesn't it look like kind of a whole lot less than half? Pinch me.
Figure out a percentage, kind of agree on it. What do you guys think? It's much less than half, huh?
Yeah.
Half's 50%. So what would you say?
Maybe
30%?
Yes, 30. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
25?
25, yeah. I think it was 25 something.
Okay.
20, 30, and 40.
Well, because you're the one that would come back another year and decide whether the conditions are similar or different. So you have to put down what you think is what you would call 10, 15, 20, 30%. So it's in that ballpark. We know it's less than 50%, probably greater than 10%, somewhere in there.
I'm doing 25.
And because it is not an assumption, it's going to be eelgrass and ulva. ULVA for ulva. ULVA is the ulva vegetation, and then eelgrass.
ULVA. Ulva.
That's the vegetation.
That's all that, see that slimy green layer that's right out there? That's it.
That's ulva. The neat thing about ulva, it's only 1 cell thick, 2 cell thick at the moment. Maybe it's 2 cells thickness, so you can hold it up and you can see through it. Very thin, just 2 cells making that.
And you guys probably call it sea lettuce, right? Sea lettuce?
What's our vegetation? Eelgrass and ulva. You haven't even opened your book, Taylor. Yeah, I have. Eelgrass.
It's from Pacific Northwest, and this eelgrass is all around Europe, Russia, North America. It's all the way around at these latitudes.
Has it been over-harvested yet?
No, you know, this is really mostly, there was a commercial harvest of eelgrass, but they harvested the dead eelgrass and made insulation out of it. Now we have fiberglass insulation, but before that, they would collect the dead eelgrass leaves and put it between big sheets of paper and baffle it, sew it together so it wouldn't shift, and put it in their ceilings and in their walls to insulate the New England houses. And eelgrass is growing out of it. It's anchored in. So you can bring in a little eelgrass and you can take a look at the leaves too and see some of that structure. The next several pages are different kinds of fish, and they're grouped by shape. So you have your long skinny fishes, kind of your prickly fishes, the flat fishes, surf perches. We have a dead one on
The what? Fishes?
Sand.
The fat.
This is eelgrass. Put a net in the water. I have to have permission from the federal government and from the state government that says I know how to handle the fish and they're not going to be dying. This is particularly important because some of the fish out there, and even some that we may catch today, are endangered. And it's a crime to harm or even touch an endangered species. You're not supposed to even touch them. We're not supposed to net them. I can net them because they said, we know you know how to handle it and you'll be releasing the fish and they're not going to be damaged. So, and I study them. I study the, you know, which fish is a common one here that's endangered. Do we know? It's one of the salmon.
The king salmon.
The king salmon. The Puget Sound Chinook. That population. So it's one of the fish that I studied, so I have approval to handle those fish. So if we happen to catch one, we'll be very careful with it, look at it, and then release it.
You can actually find salmon in this area?
Yes, we've caught salmon here.
Oh, spider.
Even in Antipire Lagoon, caught some of the chum and pink salmon have been caught up in there as they move in at high tide. All right, are there questions before I give you the little lowdown on how to handle the net and how to handle the fish once we bring the net in? Do we have any questions about what we've done so far with our notebooks, our field books?
Just a second, guys. Your eyes and your knees need to be facing the speaker right now, which is going to talk about how we need to be handling these fish.
Okay.
Well, the class is going out to the water, near the water, and they've set up a seine net and some sampling buckets, and they're going to collect some fish species. The lady has told them to be very careful with the fish to protect them. Fish have to go back in the water.
Are we all going to get to do the different depends on what you guys are at switching off as you're pulling it in. Okay, so that's going to be up to you guys.
Three down at the green bucket. That'll be the other end of the net as it comes in. You'll be ready. 2 people will be ready to take that.
The shell?
2 sets down here.
And
You'll get plenty of crabs.
And then it looks like we've got one
Okay, they'll just have to work it out until they all can share.
You want money on the outside?
Yeah. Okay, so each 2 of you need to take help out with this big net. Give us a lot.
Allie, get away. No. Oh, shit. Was on the computer.
And see how we're going to bring it together so that when we bring the net in, they're kind of close together. Kind of make it a circle rather than a U now. Kind of bring them together, bring the ends of the net together.
You guys come this way. Sit down low.
Remember, what's the most important thing to remember? Keep the fish alive. Keep the invertebrates alive. All right, now, James and Perry, teach them how to do it hand over hand and bring the net in, each of them doing that.
All right. So we got to keep this line down close to the ground, and you guys start pulling in. Yeah, okay. And just stack that side up. So lift it up high. Lift it up.
Not easy,
That side up, will you?
yeah. You might need to
Come down closer to the water. Just stack it up close to the water. Just pile the whole net. Everybody come down this way.
Oh, I see.
Pull here. Just keep stacking it up.
Keep on stacking it up.
Yeah.
See how I'm Beaver? I'm going to pull it up here.
And just drop it down and keep pulling it in and just pile it up on top of each other.
Might be Beaver in the grass now.
That drops down. Yeah, just keep pulling it.
So just get somebody with the net, collect the sculpin and put it in a bucket.
And then wiggle this grass
Talk
down
to
like
each other
this.
and get
Wiggle it down.
any fish you see out of the net.
What?
Collect some more nets.
Giant. Yeah.
Beaver. Hey, try and catch it.
See, we got fish in here. See that?
It's
It's a gum. That's a gum. So when we take the seaweed out, we have to shake it out, throw it out. Because there's fish in there.
Oh, grab it. Wait, don't hold it. Hey,
Beaver.
Whoa! I know. Oh my gosh! Where did the bucket go? The bucket needs to go. Not this bucket. Not this bucket. Our bucket's the green one. Put him in the green. Wait,
That was a giant. Oh, this was giant. Oh,
Pick that
I can't believe I saw that.
guys, Who's about to can't breathe underwater. That's when the
Bring in
bubbles
like
coming
your
up.
jet boat and like
No,
the
they can
wheels
breathe
fall
underwater.
in.
Yeah.
Hey, let's see what's
It almost pinched me.
get that sucker. It's because he wants to get out. No, that's a gunnel. That's a gunnel one deal. Here it is. You're getting wet. Wait, wait, crab.
Oh, there it goes.
Caught it. Wait, that got really crab. Hey, you guys, here comes the eel. Where's the crab?
Wait, no, it's a crabby. I got the crab in the bucket.
There's one right there. I think that might get the crab out. Oh, is that guys?
Then I gotta take it out.
Huron!
We need the nets.
Guys, we need nuts.
Nets.
Oh, get in here! Get in here! I got one. No, get it. Oh, wait, no. The crab.
Hang on a second.
I need a net.
Any crabs, put in the pink one, okay? Any invertebrates, put it in the
It's okay, Dominic.
Wait, here. Guys, go! Here. You
We'll knock you out!
Oh, no! That's a giant gunnel. Dude, you guys
We need more help with nets over here. Yeah.
Throw it and you go with it.
Nice and slow, very slow. We're expecting fish to pull in. Pull down the water so we get all the fish.
I found a green shrimp.
Here, back here.
Dude, where'd the giant fish go?
Using that.
Our bucket's over there.
You got it.
I want to keep it.
Sheriff's using that.
Crab. Oh, that's a good one. Is he alive?
Yeah.
Now, what are you going to do with him now?
I'm gonna put him in the pink bucket
Yeah.
once I'm done showing it around.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to see the crab, it's right here.
Oh, I can hold it. Pitch sticks.
I got it.
Pitch sticks. We found this on the beach when you guys were eating one.
Careful, it's still alive.
Yeah, it's still alive.
No, this is a boy.
I found it. I found it on the beach.
How can you tell it?
In the sand.
How can you tell it's a boy?
Yeah, I saw
It's a boy.
right there. There's a triangle.
If there's a circle, it's a girl, and if it's a triangle, it's a boy.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Guys, look.
Good job.
That's an eel.
Yeah, it's like an eel, but guys, look where they're
Which one is? I have one too. I have one too.
That's ours. That's ours. Guys, the kid with the army hat just stuck his finger right into the claw.
You do it.
Oh my God!
There you go.
That's all they do. What? Yeah, got him. You guys, I need a bucket. A bucket. Over here. Where's our bucket?
William, let's go.
You guys, here's some right here.
All right, incoming eel. Barney, did you see the cat I got? I saw plastic out of the sand, so I started digging around.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Here, bring that. Whoa! Where's our net? Oh my gosh. Shayla, we have a huge. There's Liam. There's one right there. Just dip it in the water. Hey, it's our boy or girl? It's got fish, got perch, got giant. Look at this eel. Guys, we got eels. Huge eels coming.
Some more guys.
Yeah, they are. Be funny.
Oh, now they're crab. We've got another crab gathering up.
It's a boy. We got another boy.
They're gonna fight into each other.
Man tussle.
Wait, where should we put this one? Go put him in here.
Don't put him in there.
Yeah, they're gonna kill each other.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, he's pushing out of my hand.
Not funny. Look, they're fighting each other. Not funny. Fight.
He jumped out of my hand.
They get it.
It's a man tussle.
Break them up.
It's a crab tussle.
Hey, can I use the net? I haven't used the net yet.
Okay.
I'm just trying to save this guy's life.
Okay, that was the.
Well, the class has been amazingly successful in this seine netting. They got all kinds of species. I guess they're going to go up there now and categorize everything. I guess you can feel the enthusiasm. They're still enthusiastic. And of course, here's the marine biologist going to clean out the nets. It's a great day. Okay. I don't know whether you can see me here. We've had a wonderful day here in Orcas Island at Deer Harbor with the class. What's the name of the class?
Marty Gaylord.
Marty Gaylord's class.
Fourth grade class.
There's future marine biologists here. I know there's at least 15, or maybe half of them will be oceanographers, and the other half will be marine biologists. And now they're looking at all their creatures, and I'm going to go look myself. Hello to everyone back in Florida at DMES. Okay, I'm still doing oceanography, right? Okay, I feel right at home here. John Windsor, John Treffry, George Small, others. It's quite nice, and I'll see you back in Florida in December. So I'm going to go look at the creatures now. Bye-bye.
Okay, so we're now going to shift gears a little bit. We're going to get our notebooks, and we're going to work at one aquarium, and then we're going to after you identify all the fish in there and count them, you'll move to another aquarium, count all the fish in there, identify them.
Wait. Guys, they're moving up the steps.
There are an awful lot in there, aren't there?
They're really crabby. Got two. Oh, look at this one. Put it into my hand. Take them out and you guys, what are you doing? Okay. Go get your notebooks. Wait. Guys, everybody go get your notebooks, and your job is to count and identify what you have in each of these different ones. Yes. Start with one, then move to the next, then move to the next. Liam, go get your thing. It's time to go get your notebook. Okay. Yeah, that was fun. Is it the track snake prickling there? Where'd the fish go that were Luke, look at the jellyfish we got.
Kayla, what did you find in your snake fish? What's a snake fish? Like an eel? Oh, show it to me. You found those here?
Yeah, 3 of them in that bucket.
Okay, Katrina. Are you going to be a marine biologist when you grow up? Huh?
I'm Phaedra.
Oh, I thought you were Katrina. Where's Katrina? Well, anyway, there's Kaylee. Kaylee, are you going to be a marine biologist when you grow up?
No.
You're not? You need to be. You'd be a good one.
Transfer some of those because you've got too many fish in there.
Hey, instructor. Oh.
You're doing the right thing by going on tab.
I'll get some by hand.
Do we need another green? What do we see? Is it back here, staghorn, sculpin? I think they can here. Yep. Do you see that staghorn, sculpin on the back? Look at this one. Let's do one there. We're doing We've got sculpin right here. Hey, Sheila, you've got a staghorn. We've got a perch, so mark it down. If there's not a perch written, where do we write perch? Under species. So you're going to make your new thing and write.
Where are you from? Are you a marine biologist?
Yes, I'm technically a fisheries oceanographer that includes marine biology. And
Good. You work on the island here?
on Shaw.
Shaw
That was
Island.
my home island.
Where did you go to school?
I went to the University of California at Berkeley for an undergraduate. I went to the University of Alaska in Fairbanks for my doctorate.
Great. Actually, I'm an oceanographer myself.
All right.
I went to Oregon State.
All right. Good school.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to sign off now. Deer Island. It's been a wonderful day. 3rd of June, 2011. You can see all these kids are totally excited about their lessons today in marine biology and oceanography. And I'm hoping that there might be just one of them might become an oceanographer or a marine biologist, either one. So it's been a great day here. This is Ivor Dudall saying goodbye, and we'll show this video to the family and maybe to some of my friends and colleagues.